Good evening, it's Conspiracy Carl. It's Tuesday the 5th of April and it's just a little fraction past 7:30 p.m. GMT time in the UK, in England. Uh, well, I had to write down a few notes, and I don't really like doing this because I don't like using scripts because, like I say, the truth just comes off. It should just come out naturally. If it's true, you sometimes, I believe, this is my theory, you can be like a conduit for say something that we can't see, say our spirits, well, something we can't see, but we could act as a conduit, and therefore the truth just naturally flows. So you don't have to really research it. Sometimes I don't know how and I don't know why. This is why we are a lot more powerful than we've been led to believe. This is why I say, research everything that I say, and don't just take it as, just straightforward truth. And, always make sure you research everybody's stuff. Don't ever, like, believe anybody full stop. Just make sure you do your own due diligence, and you'll come across the truth. You'll find it's easy enough. It's the lies that's how it tells you the truth, because basically the lies, they're all over the place. They don't know what they're saying, because to tell a lie you got to tell 1,000 more to cover it. So anyway, that's as far as I want to go there. So anyway, right, let's start this conversation off. This is going back to the 1980s. So this is Thatcher sort of era. There was a TV program. Now I'd like to know the name of the TV program, but I can't remember it, and I can't seem to find it to be able to tell you it. So, but anyway, it was aired in the 1980s in the UK, and they were talking about. They had the ability in the 1980s to clean up coal and make it a green, efficient fuel to use. So therefore, it had no dirtiness, it had no, pollutions, it had nothing. So they could literally clean coal up and make it a green, viable, option for power. So that there was. So why did Thatcher cause so I have to say these names and build it like this, because why did Thatcher, why did they tell all these lies and shut down most of the country? Wales, Scotland, and there's lots of other places where coal can be dug, and it had been, down south, down Cornwall and places like that. That's why the buildings were quite small, because back then people were smaller, and because they, I don't know whether it was probably because they were hunched over all the time carrying them, big sacks of coal. I don't honestly know, but all I can say is that maybe it's genetics. I don't know. All I can say is there was a whole era of, say, 70% or maybe just a fraction under of people getting their wealth or getting their income from the digging of coal, and that was a fossil fuel. And then we got told that it was a dirty, bad fuel and everything else, and it was going to cause all this damage. So she basically, Thatcher, just crumpled the whole lot and killed everybody's livelihood. And now there's this program that I watched just the other day, and they were saying that in the 1980s they had the ability to do this, to actually change a dirty so-called coal material, into something that was basically, what I'm trying to say is, when are they going to tell us the truth? When are the governments actually going to tell us the truth? When's it going to be? When are people actually going to listen? Is it when it's too late? because that's the way it seems to be. Because right from the early, the early 80s, we had the death, or so the death of Diana. We had the appalling other stuff, the poll tax rights and everything, and not just the poll tax rights, the coal and everything else. And there was no need for that, obviously, because now there's programs saying that they could clean it up, then they could, so it was a healthy, viable option for fuel then. So why did they shut it all down? So they could have control, so they could do what they're doing now. So this country controls one fossil fuel, one country controls another fossil fuel, one country controls the food, one controls something else that that does that. So they're all jigsaw countries. So any time and place that they wanted to pull this new world out, that all they had to do is a jigsaw. But they basically just take out one piece and that's it. It F's one country, which has a domino effect. Because if one country can't produce food, there's other countries that can't produce whatever they're producing, because there's something hindering it, from before, from these the M Club. The joining the M Club, that they're always trying to get one step ahead, so they're basically effing up everything that there's nothing you can do, basically. If you're trying to get away around it one way, and these people that are going self-sufficient, I really, really do feel sorry for them, because they obviously haven't thought about a lot of things. I mean, if these people don't want you to be self-sufficient and they don't want you to have any food, do you think that they're going to let you sit on your own farm with all your wealth, and you not think that people are going to be coming from every different angle when they're starving and hungry? And have you got enough bullets and guns and everything else to keep all these people at bay? No, you haven't, and it's a stupid idea. It's more of a better idea if everybody got together and had some bloody plans. That'd be a good idea. That'd be a great idea, because then we would actually have something. We'd have something to do. We'd have a direction to go in. But we haven't, have we? All we've got is hatred for each other. We've got, this colour hates that colour hates this colour because that colour done that, and this colour done that, and that colour done this and that. So I hate you and you hate it, so let's all have a fight and we'll have a war and kill each other, and that's it. And that's job's good. Job's great. And it's all done. We've done the job. Because hang about. Sorry, let me turn that. Because then they would have achieved their goal, wouldn't they? And nobody's listening. Nobody cares, because why should they, when they're thinking, well, this colour doesn't care about me, and I don't care about them, and they don't care about me, and if this, and by design now they're starting to get people to grass your neighbour up and do this and do that and do that for bonus points and God knows what else. This is turning just too sick and too stupid, and we're run by people that are liars. Basically, right, I'm gonna put it in layman's terms for you, yeah? So people might get a little bit of, an education. Imagine being on an island, yes? Now imagine being on this island. Now you flew out to this island, and you only had a certain amount of time there. Now on this island, it was run by a thing called timeshare or something alike, yeah? Now basically, if you didn't buy or anything there at timeshare, then basically you can't go on any more holidays, you can't do anything, you can't enjoy yourself, you can't do jack shit. But if you didn't take timeshare, and all the populace, the main majority of people stuck together and said, you know what, stick your timeshare. We don't want your timeshare. We can go anywhere. We can go anywhere anyway. We don't need you in a suit that just talks crap. That you can't even afford a fucking hairbrush, but you can afford an £800 roll Laura Ashley wallpaper. Yeah, we know what I'm talking about, don't we? Oh, but anyway, what I'm trying to say is if we all stuck together, the lot of us, and just joined and just stuck together and said, look, we don't want timeshare fucking lying arsehole paedophile people running our country. Do one. Get one. Go out now. You've got so long to piddle off in your little rowing boat. If you don't, then you're going to find yourself hanging from a tree, which is what they used to do to us poor peasants years back. If they didn't agree with something, if a poor child had stolen something because he was starving, hungry, or whatever, they'd hang the child or whatever. They'd have no mercy. So why should we have mercy with them? And these are the people that paedophiles and things like that so-called rule our country and our world. These are all the people that run all these countries, and yet we're supporting them by constantly electing them like some kind of, I don't know, what would you call yourself? I don't. What would you call a person that, apart from somebody that's got complete repetitive disorder that that just basically likes fucking themselves up and fucking up the whole world while they're at it, because it's just it's constant. You're just repeating yourself. It's pathetic, and all I want to say is that it needs to stop. When is enough enough? We are being run by not legalised paedophiles. They don't have to be there. There's no law saying that they are there and that's it. That's end of all of. No, they're just telling you that, and so basically they can end up staying in power. So if enough people, everybody worldwide, all turn around and said enough's enough, off, do one, then they have to go. Do you see where I'm coming from? There is no violence needed to make this projection come real. It doesn't have to happen like that. It can just be a complete turnaround where they've done the fake bullshit on with the Fauci Roland rat virus thing. Yeah, they've done that and fooled everybody. So if everybody was to turn around and say, look, we ain't doing jack shit, we ain't doing nothing until you go and you leave and you don't come back, and well, what could happen? They'd have to go. They'd have to leave. We have the power to dissolve government. We put them there, we elected them, we have the power to dissolve them. Please, people, think about this. We can do this peacefully. We don't have to involve no violence. Now, this is just my idea. I'm not portraying any, go out and cause chaos and everything else. I'm not causing it. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that this is my idea on basically how we could stop all of this crap from spoiling our great grandchildren's futures. If you don't want to stick by this and you don't want to do this, then you're probably a Mason who you heard up your arse and you don't know what you're talking about. But if you do want to stop this and you want a better world for your DNA to carry on and on and on and on and on and on and on, then you will grow a pair and you will stand up and you will we will together find a way of joining up and finding dates, finding elections where we can actually rely on the figures to be correct, and rely on the figures to stay correct, and rely on the figures to do the actual talking, not fake numbers that they always use on the propaganda media. Anyway, getting off the propaganda circus and the media, I've got another one coming up soon, another video. So this one's going to entertain you. You're going to like this one, because this one is about Edward Crowley. Now, Edward Crowley, the father of Aleister Crowley. Now, I'm going to take you down the Crowley route and I'm going to give you some of the information that you've probably never heard before in your life. This goes back before Aleister Crowley, obviously, because it's his father. So I'm going to give you an education and a history lesson in why and where they went and what they done and how they've spread themselves across the plane that I say. Well, I believe that we live on a plane inside or wherever. But anyway, this plane that we live, they've infested every different corner. North, east, south, west, whatever. They've infested everywhere. And the next video I will be doing, and I'll be doing it tonight. And if I won't be doing it tonight, then I'll be doing it tomorrow. And I will be telling everything in a roundabout sort of way. So hopefully the video won't get taken down, because that's not what I want. So I'm going to have to say that this is a conspiracy that could be true, or may be true, or might be true, or might not be true. It's just my speculation again. So anyway, hopefully you should enjoy that. And well, we'll see what we think tomorrow, eh? Or later on tonight. Anyway, love, peace, unity goes out to each and every single one of you. Remember, unite, don't fight, and don't watch it. That is shit. Just to make you scared. Don't worry about it. Honestly. Do you honestly think that they're gonna muck up the whole world so they can't come up themselves? Think about it. Don't let it worry you. Seriously, psyop. Alright. Love, peace, unity goes out to each and every single one of you. Now, I'm not saying there isn't going to be heartache. I'm not saying there isn't going to be, some nasty stuff. But I am saying that a lot of it is going to be faked. Okay? Anyway, a bit like the Chris Rock and the Will Smith slap. Leatherface. Look up the leather bit that he's got on his face. You got tricked by that one as well, didn't you? Eh? And that was an April the Fool's, I think. I think it was an April the 1st joke. I don't know. But anyway, whatever it was, it symbolises something before the last Alpha Omega in the biblical work. I'll explain all this in the Aleister Crowley video next time. Anyway, love, peace, unity goes out to each and every single one of you. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I don't buy it, I don't charge, I don't want anything, I never want anything, I never ask for anything. Just give us a like or a dislike, get down to the subscription, press on the bell if you can, please, and just basically press us a like. All that does is it helps me onto the algorithm, so I can, get the video out so more people can see it. That's all it does. It doesn't give me anything, and I don't want anything. I just want to help, and that's just me. Anyway, Conspiracy Carl, love, peace, unity goes out to each and every single one of you. You love each other. I'm out.